All right, let's begin standing, please. And as you stand, notice the way that you stand on your feet. This whole practice is about waking up the energy that might be lost in your feet. Yoga is simply paying attention. And as we realize of where we put awareness is energy. So, your feet. Notice if they point forward, or if you tend to let your toes point out. If you tend to point your toes out, you might actually have low back pain because of the way that it affects your spine and pelvis. Maybe you have your toes pointed in a little bit. This also can hurt your areas of low back and pelvis and shoulders, neck. So today, and moving forward, we'll start to point our toes perfectly straight forward. Other things to notice is we tend to dump weight on the inner edge of the foot. So see if me just saying that, you notice that the inside arch of your foot is like a little bit lower, it feels like, than anything else. So what we're going to try to do is lift the inner arch of our foot by pushing into the four corners of your feet equally. Good. Pick up all 10 toes, lift your toes, even if they're in socks, pick them up, lift them up, and spread your pinky toe out as far as possible. And then the fourth toe, third toe, second toe, big toe. Good. So you're starting to spread the metatarsal, the toes, the bones and the toes, and wake up the arch of the foot that lifts. We begin to lose sensitivity to our feet because, think about it. Long ago, when we were like Native American or in our tribes, people always had their feet on the ground, like on tree branches and around rocks and in rivers. And the agility and grace they had and how connected they were to the earth. And now we get out of bed, put socks on, some plastic floor that we stand on. Maybe we're lucky and there's wood. Put your shoes on, walk on the cement, get in the bus, the car. It's like, when was the last time you just had your feet on the earth? So yoga is about waking this up. So notice then how it feels to be connected to your feet. Engage the entire right leg and lift your left knee. And we'll start with a little bit of concentration. Tree pose. You can put your heel all the way up into the middle thigh. If you put it on your knee, be gentle. You don't want to push that joint around, so maybe just onto the calf. And your hands can hold a ball of energy. And you can feel the dexterity in the foot. Notice how you surf on the foot as you get balance. And what the foot's doing is engaging corresponding muscles up your legs, in your hips, and even in your core. Good. Take the second side. Again, almost like you're putting your foot in the sand. Like take the outside edge of the ball of your foot and the inner edge. Really root into the foot. The way you connect supports the balance in your entire body. So again, maybe you hold a ball of energy and notice if you're just dumping your energy into the floor. Push it into the floor, squeeze the leg and open up the knee towards the side. Good. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Out the nose. Exhale. 1 more big breath in. And full breath out. Good. Come to a seat. Just cross your legs. We're going to actually do a foot massage. How does that feel? So, take your right foot, and you can bend your knee or whatever feels comfortable with this leg. For me, this feels comfortable. And begin to massage the inner arch, the sole of your foot. Massage your sole on the right foot. So just take your thumbs and start digging in there. If you need to go wash your feet and put the video on pause, do it. But move your thumbs in tiny little circles. In Chinese medicine, acupuncture comes from Chinese medicine, right? And it believes we have these meridian or lines of energy through our whole body. And all of them end and begin in our feet. So as you keep massaging the sole and waking it up, this is the part of us that's associated with our heart, our liver, our spleen, and our stomach. And as you move to the heel, you can even kind of take the fingers and rake the tissue, like take your hands and just rake the tissue of your heel. And the heels are related to our hips and our legs. And then wake up at the ball of your foot, right? The top of your foot, right where the toes hold on to. And stretch your foot back. Start to wake up all the tissue on the bottom of your feet. And as you do the toes, this is your brain, this is pituitary gland. The ball of the foot or the neck of the toes is your lungs, your lymphatic system. So it's all connected to the feet. Good, put your foot down. We'll take the other side. And again, push those thumbs and create a relationship. Just connect. Like wake up the awareness that you have in your feet. And maybe there's a sensitive spot. Maybe your spleen is screaming at you. If you ever want to check it out, you could just Google acupressure points on the foot and see how our whole system is here. And then get to the heel of the foot. You can take your fingers and just start dragging the tissue of your skin from the sole of your foot to your heel. Wake that area up. And do the same thing, moving the skin from the sole of your foot up towards your toes. Stretch your toes and wake it all up. Crack my toes. Good. All right, please come to your knees. The hardest pose of waking up your toes. So, I have my toes pointed back. I'm going to flip my toes under so my heels lift. And as I start to sit back, I'll even take my pinky toes and tuck them under. Push my heels together and sit my butt bones on either side of my heels. From here, I never slouch in yoga except in this pose. Invitation to place your hands on your thighs and your chin towards your chest. So there's this stuff called fascia. I like to think of it as like the kind of gross white stuff around an orange, that skin that's on there. It's not the hard orange shell, but underneath it. And that fascia is wrapped around every muscle tissue in our body. So it looks like this giant spider web over our whole physical form. Keep breaking your toes and breathe. Take a big breath in your nose. The full breath out, because you're not breaking your toes actually, but your external environment, the sensation in your toes is starting to send messages to your brain asking you to freak out and get out, run out of the pose. But take one more big breath, because that's what we're doing, is we're learning the way our brain and body work. And then come up onto your fingers. Ooh, slowly point your toes, maybe tap them onto the floor. Good. Put your heels together. Point your toes straight back and come and sit on your heels. Now we're stretching the front of our ankles. If you wear big boots, a lot of flip-flops, or even high-top shoes all the time, you might have an intense sensation because your feet have actually lost sensitivity that we used to have for that dexterity. So try to be barefoot a little bit more. Be proud of your feet. I got big old dainty size 9s. Anyways, let's try tree pose one more time. Right foot on the floor. Lift your left leg up. Bring your hands to hold a ball of energy by your heart or your face. Open the left knee. Connect the middle of your beam. So the right leg is strong, the left foot is active. Breathe in, reach your hands up. And as you look forward, stare at one thing that's not moving with your chin parallel to the floor and feel the roots of a tree come down from your foot. Imagine, that's what we're doing here. Imagine as you push your foot through the floor, roots going all the way to the middle of the earth. Open your left knee a little more to the left. Open your fingers, reach your hands up. Good, second side. Left foot on the floor. We'll flow in 1 minute. Let's just try this last side. When you find your pose, energize your leg and the center of your body. Look at one thing in front of you and steady your gaze. And notice how as you extend, push through the feet, reach your arms up, but draw your shoulders away from your ears and breathe in and out through your nose. See the whole room around you as you stare at one thing for 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Expand energy into the left foot. Feel how strong you are. Good. Come on down to center. Both feet to the floor. I'll say top of the mat. I don't know if you've got a yoga mat. Top of your space. We're going to move with breath. These are called sun salutes. So see if you can start to manage your breath, meeting the entire side of the pose. All right. Feet on the floor. Push through the 4 corners of your feet and brighten the center arch or sole of your foot. Spread your toes wide. Get like alien toes. And inhale, reach your hands up high. Let your eyes and heart follow as you extend. Exhale, forward fold over your legs. Drop your head, drop your hands, bend your knees a little. Inhale, hands to your shins, halfway lift. Strong legs, and exhale, bend your knees to plant your palms. Step back, take a big breath in, high plank pose, get strong. As you exhale, invitation to lower your knees as you build strength so you can come straight down with a straight spine and your elbows right by your ribs. Inhale, tops of the feet root into the floor. Roll your shoulders on your back. And exhale, flip over your toes, downward facing dog. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Breathe in, drop your head. Bend one knee, straighten the other leg. Breathe out and push your entire handprint into the floor. Bend one knee, straighten the leg, breathe in. Last breath. Bend the other knee. Good. Inhale, tippy toes. Walk to the top of your space. Walk your feet towards your hands. Feet are hip distance apart. Look at your feet. Organize them straight forward. Inhale, hands to your shins. Exhale, forward fold. 2 more. Inhale, hands to your shins. This starts to wake up the back of your legs and will relieve any low back pain. Exhale, fold. Good. Bend your knees a little. Inhale, reach all the way up to the sky. Stretch your heart. And exhale, hands by your sides. Good. We'll do one more just like that. So point your feet forward. Start to get really purposeful with how you move your body and your breath and your mind during this time. Inhale, extend your arms, reach them out and up. At the end of your breath, stretch. Exhale, forward fold. Drop your head, drop your stories. Inhale, long front body. Breathe in, lift your heart. Strong legs. Exhale, step back, high plank pose. Take 1 breath in, spread your fingers, and zip up the belly. And as you exhale, lower, but you want to be straight as a board. So if you don't have a straight as a board to low push-up, just lower your knees to support you. Inhale, little back bend. It can look however you want, but shoulders low on your back. And exhale, come onto hands and knees. Walk your hands back and flip your toes back. Ooh, broken toe pose, part 2. Let your heels come towards touching. Sit on your heels. Take your little pinky toes. Does it actually break the toes? No. Close your eyes, lower your chin. Give yourself 3 or 4 deep breaths. Big breath in. Release any stress in your face and breathe out your nose. 3 more breaths. Start to watch what you do when shit gets intense. Meet your mind and your breath with the feelings. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Good. You're amazing. Let's wake up the spine. So take your hands directly under your shoulders and inhale. Lift the right leg to your back wall and the crown of your head. Now activate your feet, especially the inner arch. Exhale, round your back. You can bring your knee to your nose to your knee. Inhale, reach your leg up and back. Open your collarbones. I know they don't really open your bones. And exhale, round. Push to the edge of your body. Just feel. Good. Last breath in. Breathe in, reach up. Push through the ball of your foot. Get those toes active. And exhale, knee to nose. Good. Put your knee down. Take your second side. If there's pressure in your wrists, Try putting more energy into the finger pads and then lift your leg, reach your shoulders down away from your ears, breathe in, and exhale, round. Wake up the spine. 2 more. Inhale, extend. Make the inner leg long, and exhale, round. Good, last one, breathe in, and breathe out. Nice, good. Come bring the knee back down. Stand onto hands and feet and step to the top of your mat, please, or your space. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out and forward fold. Good. Grab opposite elbows, so you can take your feet a little wider. Grab opposite elbows and drop your head. Bend your knees a little bit so you can feel into the 4 corners of both of your feet and lift your arches. And even if that doesn't make any sense right now, just imagine you're doing it. I promise. Yoga takes some imagining at first. So push your big toe mound on the floor, your pinky toe mound, your inner and outer heel, and imagine that you're pulling up the arch of your foot and feel the strength of your legs. 1 more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Release your elbows. Come all the way up. Let's try another standing pose. Stand on your right foot and get active, get buoyant, press through the foot. These are your shock absorbers, right? Then from here, bend your left knee. I activate my left foot and take figure 4. Woo. Once I find stability, active feet, I'll start to bend my right knee. Sometimes linking your body together helps with energy. So if you interlace your fingers, point your fingers, come out, you can start to sit low and reach your fingers away from your hips as your hips extend back. Now look to the floor and relax your face. And you can take your shoulders a little bit away from your ears. Flex into your left foot and take 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Feel your feet to be grounded and to be really connected with the strength that you have in your legs. Good, and then come back up. We'll try the second side. Nice. If it didn't work super great, that's okay. You can hold on to the wall as you find your second side. This is a huge hip opener in this top leg. Kind of feels like a little pain in your butt. So I always use this as an example pose of like why I actually do yoga. It's not to be flexible, but to deal with the pain in my butt. So, meaning like other people. So stare at the floor, just crack myself up, take 2 more breaths here. Big breath in. And yeah, find your edge. I mean, if you're in it, find your edge, find your pose. 1 more breath. Activate your feet. Find the leg strength. Good, come on out. So any balancing pose, you can always grab onto a wall. Any hamstring pose, if your hamstrings are super tight, you can use furniture to support you. We're gonna flow a little bit more with breath. So come to the top of your space, bend your knees, breathe in. This is called chair pose. As you exhale, straighten your legs and just swan dive off the cliff of your hips. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins. Breathe in, relax the shoulders down your back. And exhale, step back to the top of a push-up pose. Good. Step your right foot forward. You can lower your back knee. Inhale to lift your body up. Interlace your fingers behind you. Flip your back toes under and push through the heel. And squeeze your shoulder blades together. Now feel the front foot. Push through your front foot to engage your legs. And hug your hips together like you are hugging your shoulder blades together. And now open up the upper part of your chest. And maybe you put your hands on your low back. You don't want to feel this in your low back. If you are, you're probably just collapsing. So feel a little bit more engaged in your physical body and take 1 more big breath in and out. Good. Hand to the floor. Lift your right hand to the sky. Find a twist. Roll out your wrist. Notice your feet and press your whole right foot into the floor. Take a big breath in. And a full breath out. Hands to the floor. Straighten both of your legs. Then walk your back foot forward so the whole foot can almost be on the ground. Point your left toes out a little bit. It's called pyramid pose. Relax your head. My friends, a lot of you have tight hamstrings. It'll feel more like you can put your hands on your hips. Or again, if you had like a piece of furniture or a couch, or if you do this in your room on your dresser or bed, just put your hands on it and take a breath. One more big breath in. And breath out. Good. Step back, high plank pose. Breathe in. And then place your right knee on the floor, your right hand in line with your right knee, and kick your right toes back. Stretch your left hand high. Inhale. Activate your back foot. Exhale. Feel how the legs get strong as you use your foot. So inhale, lift your inner arch as you press the outer arch of the foot into the floor. And exhale, stretch over your head. Good. One more breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Inhale, extend your arm. Now take your arm back and maybe lift this leg. Either activate it like you're standing on a wall with that lifted leg. And if it seems like a fun thing for you to do, bend your knee and grab that foot. If you've got it, I want you to kick back, like make this a full energy circle. Push your hips forward, like a big back bend. Yeah, take one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Good. Come back down. You can lift your knees up, step your left foot forward, lower your right knee back to the floor. Activate both of your feet, push them in the floor, and inhale, come on up. Interlace your hands. With strong legs, hug your hips together. Push the feet down and start to mindfully tilt your hips forward. And then back bend your upper chest. So squeeze your shoulder blades together and roll them down your back. And low back is supported by strong hips and glutes. So squeeze the area around your hips and pelvis in order to alleviate any contraction in your low back. One more breath. Nice. Inhale. Come on out. Right hand to the floor. Take your left hand to the sky. Roll your shoulders on your back, a little bit of a twist. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Push into your feet. Breathe out. Open up your heart. Good. Hand to the earth. Step it back. Downward facing dog. Down dog. Bend your knees a lot and then reach your hips up to the back wall and drop your head. This is a great stretch for your hamstrings. So take your feet maybe hip distance apart. Drop your heels a tiny bit, but keep your spine super straight. You don't want to keep your legs straight and round in your upper back. It's missing the point. So long, straight spine. You just bend your knees for that action. Take one more breath. And full breath out. Good. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale. Lift your heart halfway. And exhale, fold. Last of the standing series. Come all the way up. So you'll bring your feet together if you think you have good balance. If you need a little bit more support and balance, you can keep your feet a distance apart. We're going to go into chair pose. And I want you to keep your toes lifted. And then take your hands, interlace them, and start to sit low as you reach your hands forward. So keep all 10 toes lifted, but push into the 4 corners of both of your feet. Good. Get a really long spine. So activate. So reach your hips back and stretch the pointer finger forward. Even take one more breath. Good. Now tippy toes. Lift your heels. Reach your hands forward again. They don't have to be bound this time. Do anything for one more breath. Can you stand straight on your tippy toes? Reach your hands up to the sky. Squeeze the muscles of your legs or you'll just drop. Good. Take a big breath. And exhale. I call this skateboarder flow. We'll look at the screen for it. Stand on the right leg. You can, again, hold that ball of energy or do anything with your hands. Sometimes getting centered or focused on the center helps. Inhale. Lift the left leg. Maybe straighten it all the way. Exhale, as if you were a skateboarder. Kick all the way to the back wall. Look how my body's like a capital T. My right knee is bent. Inhale, come to standing. Bring your knee to the height of the hip. Maybe straighten the left leg. Exhale, all the way into a pose called Warrior 3 in yoga. Skateboarder flow. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Extend your front leg. Hips are square and strong. Exhale. Kick. Last one. Don't give up. You are strong. Breathe in. You're just waking up your feet. Waking up to how powerful you are. Woo, good. Switch sides. You wake up the front of that foot. Cramping up. Inhale. Extend your leg. Exhale. Kick all the way through. And when I get there, I brighten the crown of my head away from my inner right foot. Inhale, extend. Exhale to kick. We'll do it 2 more times after this. Slow down your breath and your movement like you're moving in honey. Inhale, extend. Exhale is like Tai Chi, ninja energy work. Last one. Inhale, extend. And exhale all the way to the back. Don't rush out of this last part. Push through the foot. Inhale. Come on up. Good. Let's do a warrior flow. So top of your mat, breathe in. Reach your hands up to the sky and your eyes follow. Strong legs. Breathe out and fold. Inhale, please. Halfway lift. And exhale. High push-up pose. 1 breath in. Exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale, little cobra pose. Push your feet into the floor. Exhale, lower. Do that twice more. Push the shoelaces of your feet into the floor. Inhale, press into the hands. Inner elbows come towards your ribs. Exhale, lower. 1 more. Press your feet in the floor. Push your hips and hands in the floor. Breathe in, lift up. And exhale, lower. Good. Come on to hands and knees. Child's pose. Take your seat back to your heels. Walk your hands back. Drop your head. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath in through your nose. Fill the balloon of your lungs completely and watch yourself breathe. And as you exhale, unplug from the stories and chatter of your mind. Wake up your ability to put awareness in action. 2 more breaths. Breathe in. Feel your body stretch as you breathe in. Breathe out. Last deep breath in, all the way to your toes. And breath out. Good. Inhale. Come on up. Lift your hips and head. And exhale. Downward facing dog extends your hips to the back of your room or your space. Inhale. Can you lift your right leg? Push into your hands and left foot so much your right leg lifts. Exhale. Step it all the way in between your hands. Remember, it might take a couple steps to get the foot all the way up there. Put your left heel on the floor, pivoting it over to the right, and inhale to come on up. Warrior 2 pose. Number 1 thing people do in Warrior 2 pose is A, not try very hard, or B, let the front knee fall in. So, hurt myself. So point your right knee in the same direction as your toes. And as you press into your feet, right, pick up all 10 toes, press into the 4 corners of both of your feet. The more you push into the front heel, the more your knee will start to bend. This leg, we dump into the inside of the leg. So lift the inside of the foot any amount. You're gonna be like, it's not lifting at all. That's okay. Just imagine the inside arch of this foot is lifting and root the outside edge of that foot. You're amazing. Look over the middle finger. And as you roll your shoulders away from your ears, press into the 4 corners of both of your feet and take 1 more big breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, go ahead and bend that front knee a tiny bit more. Woo! Good. Push into both feet to straighten your legs. You'll shorten your stance, so bring your back foot forward a couple toe heels. Inhale to your arms, push into your feet and squeeze your legs. And then exhale, strong legs, reach your right hand forward and right hand to the shin. Standing poses, we have to pay attention to the feet. Push your feet into the floor, push your right hand into the shin and lift up. Your eyes and left hand extend to the sky. Roll your shoulders on your back. Feel your whole body. Breathe in. Breathe out. Strong legs, rooted feet, brighten your arches. One more breath. Relax your toes. Top hand to top hip. Bend your front knee. The active energy in the back of the foot stays. Right hand forward or onto the furniture. Lift your left leg and flex it like crazy. As you flex it like crazy, the legs are so strong, you barely need to touch the floor to keep your balance. As if you were holding a door shut. Press the entire footprint back. One more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Step it all the way back. You're amazing. Straighten both legs. All 10 toes point in one direction. And this time they point in just a tiny bit. Hands to your hip. Lift your heart. Little back bend. Breathe in. And exhale. Strong legs. Hinge over the hips. You go. Hands to the floor or your soup cans or whatever you've got for helping your hamstrings get comfortable. Inhale. And squeeze your legs as you root the outer edge of both of your feet. Exhale. Wake up. Wake up to your feet. Feel grounded and strong. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Relax your head. The stronger the legs, the more you'll be able to breathe into stretching them. 1 more breath. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Come on up. Hands to hips. Straighten spine all the way up. Warrior 2 to the back of your mat. So, again, you're on like a balance beam. Your feet are in one straight line. From there, you can bend the front knee. This toe is not pointed out, but pointed in just a little bit, or the back edge of your foot is parallel to either a yoga mat or perpendicular to this foot. As you press into the 4 corners of both of your feet, specifically the outer edge of that back foot, roll your sit bones down to open the adductors, this inner thigh muscle group, and breathe out as you tee your arms, look over the middle finger. Extend energy through your hands, please, and know that you are strong. And the more you breathe, the more you start to experience this on a more comfortable level. Big inhale. And exhale, possibly push into the feet to lower the hips. Good. Inhale, come on up. Straighten both legs. Push into your feet and walk this back foot forward. I could draw a line from this left heel and it would bisect, go right in the middle of the arch of my foot. To your arms, inhale. As you exhale, push your hips back and hand to the shin. Press into the feet. Feel the triangle of your body as your top shoulder opens. Relax the back of your head. Good. Now breathe. Maybe you can lengthen your spine equally on all of the sides for 1 more big breath in. And as you breathe out, look to the floor, hand to the top hip, bend your knee, use my plant, and lift your right leg. Energize your right foot. So it's not like dumping energy down here, the whole leg will dump. This is what most people do as a beginner yogi. See how that makes oh my God, it makes it so heavy. If I lift by flexing, point your foot and then flex your toes back. Yes, all right, come on out of there. I'm going to show you how to connect to the front and backs of your legs. Please come all the way down to laying. So, on your backs, we'll bend the knees, straighten your right leg. Oh, give yourself a little hug first. Just close your eyes and chill out for a sec. With your hands on your shins, drape your shoulders away from your front body. With your eyes closed, take a breath or 2. Just chill and be and listen and relax. Take 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more big breath in through your nose. And exhale. Good. Please place your feet on the floor. And without looking, notice if your feet point straight or if they point out to the sides and see if you can align your feet so that, like, literally the outer edge of your foot is parallel with the other outer edge of your foot. So your heels might go out like the width of one hair. Touch your heels and press into your heels and lift your hips as high as they'll go. And then take your hands underneath you and interlace your fingers and literally lift one shoulder up, tuck it under, lift the other shoulder up, tuck it under, and push your whole feet into the floor and lift your hips as high as they go. Make it so like 80% of the weight in this pose is in your shoulders. So push into your feet to open the front top part of your chest and take 2 more breaths through your nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. You're stronger. You're stronger than you think. You got it. 1 more breath. Come up if you went down. Push into the inside edge of the feet. And then unleash your fingers. Come on out. You're amazing. Now, right leg all the way up to the sky. Grab on behind your right thigh and rest here. First, just feel your leg getting all crazy. These are the last few poses, and I invite you to just roll out your ankles. How's that feel? Notice if you got some kind of cracking noises or if one way feels better than the other, roll your ankle out the other way. We're waking up our feet. Now, point your foot aggressively, like you were stretching the front of this foot, aggressively point it to the sky. And when we point our foot, we actually wake up all the muscles in the front of the leg. You can feel that waking up. Now flex your foot and push your heel to the sky. Holy cow, you can feel all the back of the muscles on your leg waking up. So we try to blend it. So point your foot to the sky to wake up the front and then flex your toes. That makes sense? Point your feet, flex your toes. Oh my gosh, I gotta get out of here. Take 1 more big breath in. Breathe out and draw the shin towards your chest and then get out. Ooh, ooh, second side. Reach your leg out. Grab on behind the thigh bone. If you have to bend your knees, that's fine. But if you have to bend your knees and your foot looks all dumpy like this, that's telling you something about yourself. So wake up your foot. The way you do one thing is the way you do everything, my yoga teacher used to tell me. So do it with a little enthusiasm, a little playfulness. Roll that ankle out. I forgot. Circles, circles. Have a smile. Try. Put effort. Put positivity. Stay committed. How do you want to do life? Roll your ankle the other way, please. Good. Now point your foot aggressively and then keep your foot pointed. Just flex your toes. So the ball of your foot is still standing on the sky. Take 1 more breath. Relax your shoulders. Breathe in. As you breathe out, maybe the leg comes down more. Oof. Okay. You're amazing. You can take final resting pose. I think you've activated some energy into your feet. I hope so. Or notice that your feet are the pillars and foundation of your health and your body, as we're waking our entire body and mind up to live life more fully. Now I invite you to relax and release all your efforts in Shavasana. So this final resting pose can be done like a starfish with your palms face up. Maybe tuck your shoulders underneath your back a little bit. So lift your ribs and tuck the shoulder blades together. Close your eyes and land completely on the floor. And if this pose isn't comfortable, you can always bend your knees, knock them together, or lie on your side, or even lie on your belly. But find some pose where you can get completely relaxed onto the floor. Let your body feel like 1,000,000 pounds. And as you close your eyes, you're now invited to pay attention to feelings, sensations. Take a breath or two into your body and notice where you feel your breath the most. your awareness, your attention, how you pay attention is literally energy. So you can pay attention and give all your energy to something that's already happened. You can pay attention or give all this energy to something that hasn't yet happened and that you're just imagining could. In yoga, they say if you put your attention, if you put your awareness on right now, the only moment that's happening, that you rest in a space of peacefulness and acceptance. And you feel how powerful and lovely you are. Don't talk in your head, don't think about it. Just feel as your body melts into the floor. And imagine your breath as like waves crashing over you. Imagine your body was hollow. And feel the movement, the energy of your life, of your breath coming in and out of your body. You can breathe normal, but you can still feel its powerful impact. Breathe in, and it washes over your whole body all the way to your toes. Breathe out, and you swoop everything out, all your stories, all your expectations, all the rules, everything leaves. Take a few more breaths. Just let the water rinse you of expectations, of thoughts. Notice if your mind goes somewhere pretty quickly. And smile. Let it be a game as we are starting to learn how our mind works, what our mind is currently obsessing over. We'll learn that every problem we ever solve in our mind will find a new problem to act as that is the most important thing to solve. So begin to deepen your breath and remember that yoga is a practice and it takes a while to learn how to fully focus your mind on the present moment. Learn how to awaken levels of your body, intelligence in your feet, or strength in your back. You begin to connect with more as you begin to take a deeper breath. You can wiggle into your toes and put energy all the way to your toes. So flex and wiggle and stretch all the fascia and tissue between the webbing between your toes. You can keep your eyes closed, but stretch your hands over your head and bend your knees and push your feet into the floor, each foot into the floor. Just lay here for a moment with both feet in the floor. Hands can be overhead. And as you push your feet into the floor, feel like you almost have circles at the bottoms of your feet, like tree trunks almost. And notice you can almost change like the diameter of the circle. Make your tree trunk smaller and bigger. Make a big tree trunk and then make it kind of a medium size. Push everything through your feet. Drop your knees to one side, roll onto that side, and use your upper arm to push yourself back up to a seat. Thank you for trying something new. Thank you for getting interested in your feet. And I hope that that opened up your mind a little bit to the way that you are connected with the earth. The feet, the more we wake them up, uh, if you want to get kind of woo woo with yoga, it says it will make us feel more grounded in the earth. The more that we wake up our feet and intelligent, make them nimble and active, we will begin to feel more grounded, more safe, more secure in who we are, and feel more grounded and understand what we need to bring forward. So, if that sounds interesting to you, keep studying your feet with me, and I will see you tomorrow for day 5 of yoga.